I also wish that they began earlier. I'm starting to like get the. I need more Coke and more caffeine.
Yeah. I wish they'd stop shuffling. It's not like watching Magic Online when decks just get shuffled automatically.
But at least we get to see them like banter, and I really wish Washington didn't have like the whole anti-wiretapping laws.
Yeah, I really wish we could be wiretapped right now, don't you guys? You ever felt like you needed to be wiretapped?
No, because it's like it's illegal for you to record someone's audio without the consent. So that's why we couldn't like. Of course, we have the player's consent, but the programs.
Do we, though?
The programs would not allow us to wirelessly transmit the audio.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
I really need that wireless data to get wiretapped directly to me.
I think next time we should try. The next time we do this, set up Skype and have one of the cameras sending audio as well.
Yeah. So it looks like Jordan's got Double Force, Spell Stutter Sprite, Stoneforge Mystic, and I think 3 lands. Pretty solid hand here. It looks like the last card is Council's Judgment. Is that right? Double Force, Spell Stutter.
Best hand Jordan's had all night.
Yeah. I do agree with that. Yeah, I think it's Double Force, Spell Stutter Sprite, Council's Judgment.
Sick against almost anything. Like who could have brought?
Super powerful versus Eldrazi as well.
I really want to see Jordan's reaction when he finds out he's against Eldrazi.
I think he probably knew it was coming. He's like, "Oh, cool, you got a Chalice of the Void. What are the chances? Who has those?"
But this could be Moon Stompy
Yeah,
from
at
that
this
play.
point, I still probably think it's Moon Stompy.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
He'll
Could be
know
Moon
when
Stompy.
there's an Eldrazi. And
Yeah.
He'll probably freak out.
When the Thought Knot Seer comes down, he's going to send it back to Tessier. He's got 2 Tundras in play.
The
Tessier's
best
going to
would be
draw.
is if Michael just dropped a Cloud Post, Jordan would lose it.
Yeah, Jordan would not be excited about that.
See, I feel like he played the Tundra thinking that like Blood Moon might be coming down here.
Mm-hmm. But wouldn't you want to lead with a fetch land so you'd be able to crack for a white source? Or crack for a basic land?
Or I'm not sure what's going on.
He'll just force the Blood Moon if there was a Blood Moon.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. He knew that he couldn't counter the Chalice. He'd have to counter the Blood Moon. There's the Cloud
There's
Post.
a Cloud Post. Oh, man.
Look at Jordan's reaction. He's just laughing.
Chuckling to himself. Draws the Swords to Plowshares. That'll answer a threat later. But this turn, I imagine he'll just be judging that Chalice of the Void unworthy. Banishing it directly to the Shadow Realm.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. Good
Let's
call.
go.
On the island the turn before, which is probably why he didn't lead with fetch.
Oh, yeah.
He was not going to be cut off.
I think Tessier drew the Tower of the Magistrate. I think it is in his hand, so I hope.
Oh, and he has a Walking Ballista as well. This is already.
He's certainly got some mid-range threats to play.
2-2 Ballista is not the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like playing it on curve.
Well, also if you have a Cloud Post, and then if you're able to follow it up with like a Glimmer Post or another Cloud Post, and just keep tacking on counters to it when you know your opponent's decks are all 1/1s that he's gonna attempt to suit up.
Yeah, I mean, definitely you'd expect to be playing into a Swords of Plowshares at some point.
There you go.
Vesuva
That's
copying
another
the Cloud Post. Should he have played the?
I think he's going to play the Ballista for more next turn unless he has a bigger Eldrazi.
In my opinion, I would have played the Walking Ballista right there.
I think so too. I like playing it too, but I think that there's merit not to. So it looks like Jordan's going to ponder here and fire off a Brainstorm he finds with it. And so for those in chat who are curious, right now Jordan Aisaka has won with one of his decks. He still has to win with Grixis Delver and Jeskai. Michael Tessier is on his final deck. He just needs to win with Eldrazi to take this down. So this could be the final match. There could be one more. But that's where we're at right now. Jordan resolving this Brainstorm. He's got a fetch land in hand. Maybe he wanted to save that fetch for this very reason. Gonna be able to crack it. Finds a Tundra. He knows there's no Blood Moon coming down.
Stoneforge.
Jams a threat. He's got a Stoneforge coming down. Looks like it's gonna find a Batterskull. He wants a low-cost threat. Getting a quick hand update from the players after those cantrips got played off.
2 Sprite, 2 Force of Will, and a Batterskull.
Pretty solid hand. You just get to counter the next 2 cards that Michael Tessier plays. And these big mana decks tend to only have a few really important threats, one of which is going to be this Walking Ballista that comes down in a turn or 2.
Is this a Spatial Contortion? Warping Wheel?
In Tessier's hand?
It looked like Michael was going to cast a spell.
Oh, gotcha. I don't think so.
Just untapping.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's got one in hand.
So now you can play Walking Ballista on 3. Or, right? Each
Yeah, you
one's
can play it as a
Yeah.
3/3 here. 6 mana.
There's a lot of pain he can bring
That's a really big threat to put on this board. It probably will get swords, but you can 2-for-1 with it by killing the...
another
a
chalice.
second Chalice of the Void. That does mean that he can play the Walking Ballista this turn as a 2/2 and have it be safe from any Swords of Plowshares effects, but it could still get countered.
He really wants to sandbag the tower.
I have Ugin
So
into an
that's
Endbringer.
nice.
Jordan's going to immediately force a will that, no question. Of course, Endbringer triggers on enters the battlefield, so no lands will be destroyed this turn. Jordan's just going to send it back. He's excited to put this Batterskull in at instant speed, and Michael is going to be really excited to Tower the Magistrate it. I imagine he's just going to play Magistrate and pass, potentially.
Yeah, that's the best play.
That being said, if Jordan draws a land, he'd be able to play the land and then suit up his Stoneforge with the Batterskull. That
So
being
wait, is
said,
there a reason why you wouldn't play the Walking Ballista here, or?
well, so if you play the Walking Ballista as a 3/3 right now, you wouldn't be able to activate the Tower of Magistrate. It's 1 and tap to activate, so...
Right.
Oh, even a Walking Ballista on 2 is...
I mean, I guess it's fine. Like, it's not stellar or anything. Looks like
I
it's
guess
going to be
it's
coming
also
down
kind
here.
of bad against the Stone... No, you can block Stoneforge, I guess.
Yeah, well, you don't really care about the creature at all, because you can just give it protection from artifacts, and then it doesn't connect with any artifact or any equipment. So here comes the Walking Ballista on 2. Jordan was about to put dice on it. He's like, oh, I actually might counter that one. Jordan, of course, cannot Spellstutter Sprite this, as its converted mana cost is going to be 4 on the stack. But Spellstutter Sprite is, of course, a blue card that he can pitch to Force of Will.
Interesting thing, though, is like
Mhm.
Morphs don't have a converted mana cost of 3. It's a 0.
Yeah. They actually don't have a converted mana, or they don't have a mana cost, so their converted mana cost is 0.
That tower. Oh man, that's not. He's not doing it.
Oh, you didn't play the tower?
Interesting.
You should play the tower.
You definitely want to play the tower here. I think you just don't ever let your opponent get to use their Batterskull.
Also, you gotta make this land drop, so the next turn when you draw another land, you're gonna play that too.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Tessier has a GT in hand.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
the Tower to Magistrate.
Oh,
Jordan is
yeah.
gonna...
Oh yeah.
Jordan is not happy about that one. You
Nod
can see his
his
emotion
head.
change. He's like, here's my Batterskull. Cool.
Now you don't move here. You wait
Yeah.
until he attacks, and then
Mhm.
you do it.
Jordan's gonna draw. He really needs to find an answer for that Tower of the Magistrate, and honestly, there isn't one. So, if he had True Name Nemesis, he'd be able to suit it up to the True Name Nemesis, which has protection from Tower of the Magistrate. But
Can Council's Judgment hit lands?
no.
No.
Oh man, what if it could?
Oh, another Stoneforge off the top.
Even still, like, equipment is not your avenue to victory in this matchup. It's not going to beat this Tower of the Magistrate. It is so critical. And Jordan's cards really can't beat it. The only card, I feel like Jordan's best bet to winning this game is going to be a Vendilion Click. I don't think
But
Jordan...
even Verdilion Click will die to the Ballista, so...
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. This Ballista might get out of hand very, very
You
quickly
can
here.
actually start killing these stone forges too.
Yeah.
Just pump.
Yeah, next
kill
turn,
stone
add another
forge,
counter.
pump,
Mhm.
kill stone forge.
Yeah, I mean, Tessier is in really great shape this game, and he's got the inevitability package. He doesn't really need to worry about the threats that Jordan has. Jordan does not have any True Name Nemesises in his deck.
He actually can just activate Eye of Ugin. He has 7 mana.
7 mana, so he's basically 1 land off from playing Ulamog if he tutors for it, right? 'Cause that'd be 9 mana.
Yeah, 1 land and he can get Ulamog and cast it.
Sweet, did he borrow this from you?
He did not.
I think he
Oh.
owns these cards. I mean...
Well, they
Tessier-
are all foil.
Yeah, Tessier loves foil cards.
Smasher.
Oh, Reality Smasher.
This one.
So Tessier has 1 colorless mana floating right now. It only costs 4 mana, or 3 mana to play that re-up. Smasher. Jordan is going to force a will this Reality Smasher. He does not want the 5/5 in play. What's Tessier going to do? He's going to tap his factory, and for 2 mana, there's the Jite.
Cheat. Nice.
Jordan is not excited about this game. This game is quickly falling out of his fingers. That Tower of the Magistrate is back-breaking. And this is one of the things you can do in these kind of high-stakes one-on-one tournaments, is you can know the type of player they are, the cards they like to rely on, and then figure out ways to attack them in ways that don't have very real cost to your deck. This Tower of the Magistrate is not a very high cost, and the reward is so significant that it's worth putting in your deck, just in
Swords
case you
off
play
the
against
top.
He's gonna just sword put 1 on.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is brutal.
Jordan is not happy about this. Of course, Tessier only has 1 Tower of the Magistrate in his deck list, and he drew
can't
it,
even
so...
attack, 'cause
Ugh,
it
he's
just
going to.
falls off, and
Yeah.
then he blocks and then loses it.
Mhm.
You can just block with the.
Yeah,
Ballista.
block with the Ballista, take the Stoneforge out.
It's a free stone forge.
Yeah, you can just eat it for dinner. Delicious. part of a balanced breakfast right there. That's Stoneblade Mystic. Jordan's going to swords it.
So
Tessier is going to remember the chalice, and
Yep.
Jordan's going to
Jordan's
scoop him
gonna
up.
Yep.
Whew.
So Jordan doesn't have anything in the sideboard to answer this Tower of the Magistrate either.
I don't think he's got a Pith Needle or anything. He's got Blood Moons.
Okay,
Those are alright.
so he kind of...
I mean, he's
And I guess
voting in
that's
Blood Moon in
actually
this
really
matchup
good.
anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. No
But
other
Mike
cards in
Tessier
hand.
has 4 wastes in the deck.
Nice.
Mhm. That's certainly a good card to have.
So he's
wise.
like...
Preemptively answer the Blood Moon.
Yeah. That being said, I don't think that Tessier is playing any artifact rocks, and I think it's pretty common for a lot of these slightly larger Eldrazi decks to be playing cards like Grim Monolith and Voltaic Key.
Yeah,
so they
I was
can
actually
pay-
really shocked about that.
Just so they can pay colorless mana even underneath a Blood Moon.
But I've also noticed, what is it? The big Eldrazi decks that do play those
Mhm.
have a higher chance of fumbling around and have
Mhm.
a just dreidling there while they don't have anything in hand. So,
Yeah, they certainly have a lot less threats. I mean, Tessier's deck is pretty much chock full.
yeah,
He's
and
got
you
Endbringers. He's
what
got...
is it? Jordan had 2 Force of Wills, and Tessier was just able to jam threat after threat after
Mhm.
threat, which is what these blue decks usually struggle against.
Yeah, I mean, mid-range decks are so powerful versus these blue control decks because blue control decks are forced into playing Force Will in this format, and 2-for-1ing yourself versus a deck that, like, all of the threats do the same thing is really, really detrimental to your gameplay, and it just runs you out of cards so quickly.
Right, Jordan sideboarded really
Zoo
quick.
Back in the day,
Definitely.
Zoo was just the best deck to play against those decks because all your cards are interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to... I have a Zoo deck, and I really want to play it.
Mm-hmm. With Fiery Justice, is that right?
Fiery
I
Justice.
love that magic card.
I have the Kavu Predator build, and
Yeah.
it's like
Oh,
swords to
yeah.
plowshares your stuff.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Mhm.
man.
It's
You should build
beautiful.
False Cure. That deck's sweet.
I'll have to look that up.
Mhm.
But
Greg mentioned you win with that every time
Yeah.
somehow.
I've played with it exactly once at CK, and I 3-1'd with it.
Sick.
So
all right, Jordan Aisaka bringing in
Nicely done,
3
boys.
Blood Moon, 2 Meddling Mage, and 1 Disenchant.
yeah, pretty reasonable. Those cards are pretty good in this matchup. Meddling Mage is probably going to be on Ulamog, is my guess. You can, if you think the game's going to go that long. Obviously, it depends on how the board state looks like. But that or probably like Thought-Knot Seer or Reality Smasher is really what you're going to be aiming for.
Knowing about that Tower of the Magistrate is just going to make things so awkward, though, because you really do have to, in this matchup, rely on the Batter Skull to be able to compete with the big creatures.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan's endgame threat in all of these decks is to grind out card advantage and then have Stoneforge Mystic get an equipment that wins you the game.
And Spell Stutter Sprite your way to victory.
Yeah, and as we saw, Jordan had to pitch 2 Spellstutter Sprites to force Will. He
Okay.
really wants to be playing those Spellstutter Sprites to
So he
counter
took
spells.
out 2 Lavamancer and 4 Sprites.
Sounds about right. Get those cards out of here. Not great in this matchup. Cards just cost too much mana.
Best thing about Jordan's board is that Blood Moon turns off tower.
I feel like
just incidentally.
The best thing
looking
about
at Tessier flip through his deck, it has a main deck Caracas in it as well.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's
That's
another
what I
card that's really good against most of Jordan's cards.
Jordan loves his Vendilion clicks. That being said, Jordan has been playing True Name Nemesis for quite a while. I remember when he was unhappy that he started playing True Name Nemesis, and I felt like he's been playing it for like a year straight. So it's weird to see him not have it.
True Name's gross.
Oh, that's a really good point, you Landon. That is a really good point.
Hmm.
Of course, walking the
Probably
list.
should have caught that.
Yeah, walking the list I can't block. I think that Jordan scooped anyways. I think is the truth.
I think the issue is, yeah, he takes 1, and then that doesn't change the game state.
Yeah.
Walking Ballista can't block?
Well, it can't block a
Oh,
creature
it
that's
has
been
protection
Tower of the
from
Magistrated.
artifacts. Right.
Oh.
That's really
Alright.
interesting.
All message are people downstairs, so they're aware of that for follow-up games.
Yeah.
That's I didn't even think of that. That's
Yeah.
a good call.
Good point. Yeah. This is just a high stakes show match. These guys are just putting their pride on the line and battling it out. But you know, the setup over here at the Walio compound is pretty fantastic. Fine, prison, whatever.
Compound, prison.
The score right now, Michael Tessier has 1 deck remaining. He only has Eldrazi to win, and he's currently up a game with Eldrazi right now. Jordan has to win with the deck he's playing now, and which is Jeskai, and then one last Grixis Delver deck. Both of these decks are pretty weak to Chalice of the Void, so Tessier's in pretty good shape, especially after winning game 1 on the back of Tower of the Magistrate. What a busted Magic card. I was teching this card for a while in my Knight of the Reliquary Abzan midrange deck. It was pretty fun to tutor for that and give creatures protection
Oh,
from
Adam's
artifacts.
telling Michael the bad news about the tower.
Yeah. Just so we know for later.
Jordan's reaction.
Having face cams is just the best. I love it. Oh man, so great. This is where the CK weekly stream should be.
You should just put
Mike Tessier getting up. Are we back on game 1? Did that not count?
Yeah, let's rewind the game really quickly.
Oh, do we have sensors?
Hmm?
I said that didn't blur out.
Yeah, autofocused a little bit.
Oh no, like Jordan flipped the.
Yeah, let's censor that bad boy.
All right, we're
For
not
classy, high
we're not
stakes level players.
guaranteeing the.
Jordan's stream has the adult content warning, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
exactly.
Okay,
We
we're
safe, we
we're
safe.
not on my stream.
Yeah.
My stream, I'd have to like send out emails and apologies.
Do you stream much?
I used to.
You have a pretty good setup to stream.
I was streaming, and then Jordan started streaming on Wednesdays, which was the day I streamed. And in all honesty, I'd rather watch Jordan stream than stream myself.
Yeah.
So,
He's certainly got a personality, that's for sure.
yeah.
The thing I really like about the Magic community up here is that all the players, I feel, have very unique personalities, and we're all here to have a good time.
Which is part of the reason when Mike and Jordan were like, we need a host. We're trying to find someone. And we were like, we have all the stuff. Like, you can come over. And then, yeah.
Well, we appreciate it.
It's a ton of impressive equipment.
Yes.
We're used to unfiltered content here. Yeah, this is straight from the heart, you guys. No filters. We're getting set up for game 2 here. This is potentially the final
last
match.
one.
Yeah. Either the ultimate or the penultimate match. I really like that word and I want to use it more in sentences.
I'm just gonna.
It's my favorite Lemony Snicket book.
Mm.
Jordan going, or Tessier going even bigger, taking out 4 Matter Reshapers and 2 Mimics.
Those are bad cards anyways.
Wait,
Get 'em
for
outta here.
Ratchet Bombs, Warping Whale, and Unstable Obelisk?
That's
Unstable
only 5
Obelisk,
cards.
it flips
it's
a...
a way around
Should we
Yeah, it-
should we put that on?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's a
It's
good
flip
one.
a coin if you win the... let me click
No,
on that.
you're thinking of Boom Pile.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Unstable Obelisk is the one that lets you Vindicate for 7.
Oh,
or it
oh,
makes
yeah,
colors
yeah.
mana, so it
Right.
rock with upside.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. 3
I
mana
like
rock.
this card a lot.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking.
So
the
wait,
Moon
how do you
Pile.
get up to 7 when there's a? Oh, can you click on the?
It's just
Oh.
7 generic, so even if there's a moon out, you can just get to 7 lands and then kill the moon with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but are you alive after? Are you alive to get 7?
I mean, usually it's a card that just is there to mainly be a rock, and then sometimes it'll be able to vindicate.
Wait, that's 6 out and 5 in. That's okay.
That's okay. You're allowed to have 14 card sideboards post board. It is permitted.
Yeah, it used to not be okay, but that's rules changed.
Used to be exactly 0 or
No,
exactly.
No,
59
he's-
card main deck.
59 main.
Well, that doesn't
Oh.
work.
Ooh,
You can't have a 16 card sideboard.
that is correct.
Do we have to go stop the
I think we have to
match?
fix that.
We definitely just told the spotters to check how many cards are in his sideboard.
Because you can't play with.
Yeah, you can't play with
this
16
is-
cards.
This is
sideboard.
how Jordan wins.
This is how Jordan
Game
wins.
lost.
Oh my goodness.
Game lost from blocking after giving protection from artifacts.
Tessier is just
Game
gaming the
lost
system
from-
up in here. Adam is letting him know the bad news. Looks like.
Did he side correctly? I feel like they're still continuing and we're not getting confirmation
I
on
feel
this.
like we can very easily count Tessier's sideboard and then this can be
Yeah.
resolved.
It's very easy. Take out the board, count the board.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. They're counting the board. It looks like they did side correctly, but we just didn't get the notes.
Oh.
Alright. That is good.
Vesuva in the opener, sending it back.
Yeah, I
this
think it was
is-
Tower of the Magistrate, 3 Wasteland, and 2 Thought-Not Seers.
It's keepable.
The Suva has to
I'd
be
keep
the
it.
weakest card in that deck. It
Y-
just,
yeah.
It's only good when you have another land that you want to copy.
Yeah, when you have Cloud Post.
just any, like, you can copy Ancient Tomb. It's not great.
It's
but,
acceptable in that situation.
yeah.
So in your guys' opinion, Unstable Obelisk or Boom Pile?
I like Boom Pile. It's kind of
They're
sweet.
both doing similar things.
But I feel like at
this
7...
is also a rock.
Mm-hmm.
So
At 7, you can already get, like, what is it called? All Is Dust and all that other stuff.
that's true.
I mean,
It's-
it can get forcible, but it's like this.
Right. This does two things. So that's the
Yeah, it's got a little bit
interesting
more modality.
facet of this card is that it does two things.
Yeah, discard 1-for-1s
and all
though.
the other cards do one thing. So if you play All Is Dust, it's not a rock.
Yeah.
So
That being said, those cards all answer multiple permanents, and Unstable Obelisk can only answer one because it sacrifices.
however, this card answers Blood Moon in that it gives you colorless mana.
Sure.
So
I agree.
he's doing. I think he's straddling a couple different hate permanents that could be played against him. Like this card could answer Ensnaring Bridge, or it could answer. It can't kill a Merit Ledge because Merit Ledge is indestructible, but it can destroy any land.
Oh, it hits lands. I didn't even think about that.
Like,
That's good.
he could
Oh,
hit
target
Glacial
permanent,
Chasm,
that's
he could
true.
hit Maze of Ith.
So it looks like I think Tessier Mulligan and I think Jordan kept. Jordan 7 was Island, Tundra Valk, Stoneforge, Snapcaster, Brainstorm, Ponder. Pretty powerful 7 from his deck. No Force of Will though. He's able to fire off a cantrip on turn 1, so if a chalice comes down, he'll be able to at least resolve one mana spell.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards for Mike Tessier.
3-1-2. The pattern.
Jordan yawning. It's currently 10:36 here, but we are dedicated to our legacy action, and
This could be one more game. It could be 5 more games.
you are going to get that.
Depending on how this mulligan goes. I think I see 2 cloud posts in that opener. It's a pretty good start for sure.
Is it okay if I say Eldrazi is a pretty good deck to like end the night on, or is
Yeah.
it?
I
like
think
you
it's
just turn your creatures right?
yeah, it doesn't take a lot of mental tax to play this deck, I don't think.
We say insulting the Eldrazi players in the room.
I mean, I think playing decks that are not complex is not necessarily a blemish or a black mark, and I think there's a lot of Magic players who aren't willing to play easy, good decks, if that makes sense. They feel like it's below them, and so they play dumb, grindy control decks that aren't good in the format, and then get crushed all
Wait,
the
is
time.
Tessier mulling to 5?
Looks like he's going down to 5.
I'm gonna say Sneaky Show is easier to play than Eldrazi.
Sneaky Show has cantrips involved, and I think cantrips are a lot harder to resolve than.
It also
cards like
has
Chalice
Force
would.
of Will because you have to choose what do I force. Like,
You have to make a lot more decisions with Sneaky
Not
Show
gonna
than
say
you do with
Eldrazi is a
Eldrazi.
super complicated deck to play, but
Yeah.
I do
Eldrazi
think
and
it's,
taxes, maybe. No, I'm
But
kidding.
They're both within the realm of I'm gonna wake up early for a GP. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I don't
Yeah.
want to think.
I agree.
I agree with those. Like,
Oh, so Tessier had
also
5
every deck
lands in
has its
hand.
floor and ceiling, and so you can be, not a very
Rather
competent
flooded,
player,
pretty weak to Blood
and
Moon.
your floor is higher with these decks because.
Yeah.
you
But
don't
it
have
means
to
he's
really
only 2 away from
have
activating the
deep
Unstable
lines
Obelisk.
Very true.
To get there.
And drawing it.
Yeah.
Whereas Storm, it's like the floor and ceiling are they're just like hugely
Gigantic
cards
gap, yeah.
because
Oh, good point,
you
Wizard
get
Deluxe.
somebody who
Obelisk
doesn't know who's
does
got
allow you to still
top
tap
hand.
for colorless to cast your
If you
Eldrazi
get to
spells.
master, they're gonna just be
So,
doing cartwheels.
do we think the meta is going to shift for the GP?
Double hate bear.
I believe Elves is making a major comeback right now. Trying to get any Cradle from anywhere is super difficult. I needed to subscribe for alerts for foil Cradles coming into stock. So
You found one though, right?
I did. So
Already
tomorrow I am driving to Card Kingdom to pick up a foil Guy's Cradle.
Is that your
Nice.
5th or your 4th?
It is my 3rd, so need to win myself a 1K in order to get the 4th.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Card
Or
game's
2 1Ks, I guess.
closed for the next 3 days.
Oh, it is?
Don't pick
Why?
it up.
Okay,
I thought
picking
they
it
were
up
open tomorrow.
next
I
week.
thought it was closed
No,
Monday,
they
Tuesday,
close
Wednesday.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It's
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
So wait, there's no Legacy on Monday?
There's not.
That I
because
didn't
they
know.
have.
Are they relocating to the
Construction,
Bellevue
They're
one?
doing construction.
Okay, there's people
refurbishing.
laughing here. What's going on? Is that a ballista in hand?
Tessie is looking at the 5. Can't really see it. Adam is quickly typing into
They
his
may
phone
have
to let us know.
They may have the upstairs open, but the retail store is closed.
Adam, Michael, if you guys watch this later, shout outs and props to you for helping us like maintain the hands and
Yeah.
They may be
I was
doing
helping with hands a little bit earlier. Looks like Tessier is going to
some of
keep.
the
Jordan's going to fire off a Ponder. Looks
ceiling
like his
area
opener was Obelisk,
by
Unstable Obelisk, Ivugan,
have those pipes
Ancient Tomb, Walking
that we're
Ballista,
making.
and Reality Smasher. He scried to the top. I'm not sure what it was.
Over them right now.
But Jordan's going to shuffle off this Ponder.
Area.
Oh,
You might
oh,
want to
it
reduce some of
actually,
the flooring too.
it actually was leaking. I thought it
It
was
was-
just condensation.
So this is some high stakes legacy. These guys are playing for pride. This is a Conquest match. Both players brought 3 decks, and they each have to win with all of their decks.
And they may
So
have
just
other
blow out a
plans
wall
for-
and expand.
This would be a very fun thing to make weekly, but it requires a lot of logistics. I will say that much. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. We got a lot of people making this happen.
Yep.
And we will be more than willing to give them a shout out afterwards. Tessier going to lead with an Ancient Tomb and pass. Not a lot of action in this hand. As Reality Smasher is the first big play, Obelisk could be coming down next turn.
Oh, Caracas was on top.
Mhm.
Oh, Meddling Mage is in Jordan's hand.
I think that's what he drew off the Ponder, so he's going to think about what he wants to name here. There was no Chalice the Void that came down from Tessier, so he's got to think about kind of like what the next most important card is.
Too bad you can't name
The
Tower.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like Stoneforge Mystic is going to be the play. Doesn't want to have to make the decision with Meddling Mage quite yet.
Batterskull.
We'll see if Meddling Mage comes down next turn.
Jordan does this again. We'll see if it does something to answer a tower
We'll see if he has the Blood Moon this game.
for a show match.
Did this happen on the Sunday of the GP? The Sunday of the GP, isn't there the first Legacy Pro Tour qualifier?
I have no idea.
I believe so. That's what I heard at least.
I'd play in a Legacy PPTQ. Or Legacy PTQ, I suppose.
I don't know what the acronyms are or what the actual title is, but there's some qualifier that's Legacy on Sunday.
And Tessier's got his...
Preliminary.
Yeah, he's got his Unstable
Oh, he's
Obelisk
playing-
coming down.
Qualifier.
Does Jordan care about this, or does
I
he
don't
have
think so.
to?
I don't think Jordan cares.
This is just to preempt Blood Moon.
It's just he's playing it on curve. I mean, Tessier mulligan to 5. He doesn't have a lot of action in this hand.
It's also not bad, and just that it ramps.
Yeah, he does.
So
He can.
doesn't
He
have
could play like a
Smasher
Thought
turn
Knot Seer,
Yeah,
or
he, I mean, if he plays a Cavern, he'd be able to play Reality Smasher next turn, which is cool. Normally, you're not able to play it through a Cavern on turn 3. I guess you'd need double soul land, so you could, but not with a Caracas in play.
Also, if he has a Eldrazi land, he can just play 6-drop
Mhm.
next turn.
Yeah,
Or
play
Smasher
Endbringer or something like that. Yeah. Jordan's gonna fire off a Ponder, finds the Blood Moon, but it's a little bit worse once that Obelisk is already down. That's for sure.
Jordan also.
I mean, him being on the mole, it gives him a lot more time to.
Yeah, he can sculpt it just a little bit. Jordan's gonna send it back. He's gonna deploy the Volcanic.
Especially if nothing gets played here.
oh, I have Ugin.
Tessier has a Reality,
Reality
Smasher.
Smasher.
Comes into play tapped and attack, and that's what I like to see.
Crunch.
Haste creatures enter the battlefield sideways.
So Jordan can put in the Batterskull here.
And Sob Lives Matter, Unstable Obelisk over Serum Powder because of the bottom half of Unstable Obelisk. I mean, I feel like that's pretty clear. It blows up permanents. Looks like Jordan, he just got up and he's walking somewhere. I don't know where he's going.
I'm gonna go ask a judge a question.
Adjourn?
I'll see.
Oh, he threw the Goku token earlier.
He was angry and he threw it across the room.
Oh no, he went to go get his own Goku
Yeah,
token.
Super Saiyan 1. I can't remember what game that's from. He told me though.
It's from the Dragon Ball Z card game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks dope. I'll say that much.
The game was dope. Actually, I don't know.
So Jordan has a fetch land here that can get a blue source, but he won't be able to find a
Oh.
white source if he deploys Blood Moon right now. Which
It was
could be a
like
little
if
bad
he
for him.
could do white and then like Council's Judgment the Reality Smasher and get the Blood Moon down,
Mhm.
or Blood Moon and then Council's Judgment the Reality Smasher later.
I think it's just going to be a cantrip this turn, though. We'll see. Maybe not.
What happens if you brainstorm here and then you brainstorm into the white source that you needed?
Yeah, if it's a white fetch.
Yeah.
It's pretty great if you brainstorm into a plains, but
Yes.
pretty bad if you brainstorm into a blue-white fetch. That's for sure.
Yeah, it would
That
have.
being said, I think you want double blue as well, so he wouldn't be able to play the Scalding Tarn, so...
All right, Blood Moon coming down.
Smells like a Blood Moon. Is Jordan going to attack for 5 here? Looks like he is. We got a 9-point life swing from Jordan here. 4 up, 5 down. 11 to 18 are the life totals after that swing. Back to Tessier. He's got 3 mountains in play as well as that Unstable Obelisk.
So he's still doing pretty well. He can cast Thought Knot Seer here, or cast a lot of.
Great. That's why you play that card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tessier draws the temple. Normally taps for 2 mana. In this case, only taps for red mana. 4 mountains in
If he
play.
had another Smasher here, too, he'd just be still just ahead.
Yeah, he'd be in
So
great
much.
shape. And also, there's no white mana from Jordan right now, so his answers to creatures are not castable. Tessier gonna spend 4 mana here. Let's see if he taps it for 5.
It's a ballista.
Looks like a
Walking
ballista,
Ballista
on
for
2,
two.
leaving up his Devoid Source. Jordan's just gonna let it happen, it looks like.
It's actually a pretty nice block sack.
Yeah.
2 to you.
Well, you
2
can,
to Stoneforge.
yeah, you can kill the Stoneforge if you'd like, or you can kill the, or send it to Jordan's face. Either way, he can block the Germ.
Brainstorm end of turn. Is Jordan running bolts or anything to answer this?
I think so. He's got 1 lightning bolt, and he's
One
got 4
lightning
swords,
bolt.
but he can't cast the swords right now. And it's pretty much his only option. He can't even cast Disenchant.
So
which is too
force
bad.
swords and snapcaster off this brainstorm. Maybe it would have been better to brainstorm in response so you could force the ballista.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to force the Ballista. I feel like you might want to save the force for a bigger threat. Like, that's just going to get in the way, right?
Well, I feel like you have to get rid of this ballista before it grows too big for you to handle.
Well, I think that if you would... I guess? I feel like this life total is getting pretty low for Tessier, though, so I feel like he's going to need to chump block with it, use it as a body pretty soon.
I don't know
Oh,
why
that's
he didn't
true.
Block sack that turn, because then he doesn't gain life.
Alright,
Yeah.
snapcaster mage.
I think there's only a
You could just
cantrip
win
that he
if
can
you
target.
he
He's
can-
got, like, ponders.
Yeah, he can target ponder and shuffle the deck.
Yeah, looks like that's what's going to happen. I just read his lips and said flashback ponder, so... Some are easy to see. Get that ponder out of there. It's the glowing white card in the exile pile. Wow, that's some really bad glare on the bottom part of that screen.
Yeah, I actually replaced the light bulb today, and there was no glare in that area until I swapped it
Until you
out.
swapped it out, yeah. I think you just need like a cover or something like that.
A
Solve the problem.
diffuser?
Yeah, diffuser.
Yeah.
There we go. I know they had a cool science sounding name.
Get some mood lighting.
Mood lighting.
Yeah.
Lava lamp.
What doesn't help is like my favorite lights are the daylight bulbs with like high
sad bulbs?
lumens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a lot. Here comes the ponder.
Stoneforge.
Stoneforge's swords, if only he had a white source.
Wow.
Like you have to shuffle off of that, but you really want the swords.
Bad.
I remember when I was playing against Jordan on
And you can
Canada,
see like Jordan drop that like with some frustration.
it was a little rushed. He felt like he was really pressured into playing it, and I don't think he was. I think that versus a mulligan to 5, you can afford to be a little bit slower with it.
There's some ugly white cards.
Not white bordered cards, just white cards, or maybe also white bordered cards. Who knows?
Oh
This
my
is-
gosh, is he keeping this?
Oh, he's not happy.
And the big issue
Oh
is
my
he has a brainstorm in
gosh.
hand and he can't cast it because all he has is a mountain.
Mhm.
So
This is really bad.
Why?
oh, he's
Wow, he
keeping
kept
it.
He's really relying
I
on
think
this
we get the
brainstorm.
Count ready.
He's got 1 planes in his deck, so he's got a
Oh.
1 outer basically
2
to hit his interaction
mountains.
spells.
He's not doing anything for 2 turns.
Risky.
Well, he
For
can
Michael
brainstorm
Tessier.
and find the
Michael
planes
Tessier
with the
is gonna
third
get
card
this
under,
one.
right?
Yeah. Definitely.
This one away.
You, I think we agree.
All his
Increment the
he just
punt.
drew all his dust.
Should we increment the punt counter? I don't know if we can go all the way to a punt on that.
I feel like if he
Cantrips are
brainstorms,
tough. Cantrips are tough.
Well,
you know?
let's
if
see
he
if he loses
brainstorms and he
because of
finds the
this.
planes, that is
Yeah.
the smartest or the best, luckiest keep ever. But if he,
Debatable.
I don't know.
It's just less chances is all.
Can't
Yeah.
see what that card Michael played.
I think Tessier drew an Allow's Dust, which you can't quite cast yet.
He just cast it.
That's a ratchet bomb.
Matt Rupp.
Oh, Ratchet Bomb, yeah.
It's a
So-
promo art.
So he can fire it off now and destroy the germ token, right?
Yeah, looks like it's going to happen. That being said, Jordan can equip...
He has to use his ballista first because ballista dies.
oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So
Ooh.
ping something.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to kill the Stoneforge Mystic,
Yeah.
leave Jordan with Snapcaster. That being said, this Batter Scroll can be moved around pretty easily.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was necessary.
This is another play where if he just
waited.
blocked
Mhm.
and got rid of the ballista, then Jordan wouldn't have gained a life.
Mhm.
Jordan would be at 13. He would be at 11, and he could just attack through.
And now he's stuck losing the
Now this is really bad.
reality
He's gonna
smasher, right?
trade.
Yeah.
Yes, 6-5 is going to trade. Pass it back to Tessier. I mean, Tessier is in the driver's seat all of a sudden. He hasn't had initiative yet this game.
But does Tessier have another threat to follow it up with?
Yeah, like Jordan can just rebuy the batter skull in 2 turns.
Looks like there's a reality smasher. Let's go. Tessier showing 5 power.
Is reality smashable?
Snapcaster
Smash not
Mage.
It's counterable.
It could have been countered.
Wow.
Oh, but he had a force in hand, right?
That's a punt count then.
Okay,
We
bank
can
punt.
increment the punt
Bank-
count for that.
Someone in chat, please.
Oops, sorry about that if that blew out your ears. I just smacked the mic with my hand.
All right.
Jordan laughing probably about that punt.
Yeah, you gotta force the smasher.
Mm-hmm.
Tessier dies on swing back. Oh, he's
Yeah,
at 7.
Maybe Jordan says, I don't care about the reality smasher. I'm going to make it not relevant. Jordan draws a Sword of Fire and Ice, so the turn after he suits up Batterskull, he could get even more action.
Wait, what is the shuffle from?
I think he played a Ponder. Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
flashed
he
back a
pon-
Ponder and shuffled.
Okay.
Tessier going to draw. That's what he finds.
Tessier is in a really tight spot
Yeah,
here.
he's at 7. That's not really where you want your life total to be.
He can't swing here because then just suit up the... Unless you do another threat, but it's like suit up Snapcaster and...
Yeah, Snapcaster with Batterskull is a 12-point life swing. Jordan has a couple Stoneforge Mystics in hand, it looks like.
And you can see Jordan's face has changed throughout this game because he's not like...
Oof, we got an attack here.
Oh, is there a
You-
blocker or is there a follow-up?
Tessier's going to play another spell, but this is
A
probably going to
walking
get countered.
ballista.
Jordan maybe said, you know, I don't care about the Walking Ballista, but I care about the card you're going to play next. So he's going to Force a Will that, go down to 12.
All right, and then it's just game here, right?
This is 6 points of damage, so
It's not.
Oh,
it's not 7.
oh, +4, that's right.
Unless he draws the bolt.
Mm-hmm. That's true, yeah. Bolt is lethal off the top here.
No, he needs the land.
Oh, yeah, good
It's
point.
5 to suit up, 1
Mhm.
more lands, and a bolt.
Tessier does have 1 mana to spend before he passes his turn.
Yeah.
Jordan, super ecstatic. He might be able to get through this.
Yeah, if he had 2 mana untapped, Warping Whale would be a really threatening thing to play against for Jordan.
Oh yeah, respond to 5 mana equipped.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
Jordan is so happy right now.
You know he's out of forces now too.
Yeah, maybe
Pass the
Tessier should
turn.
have played that Walking Ballista as a 1/1 just to kind of mind games Jordan a little bit.
Equip
There's the
Jordan's so excited.
Swing.
Look at him go. He's cheering. He
down
probably
to 1.
didn't know if he... Jordan probably didn't know if he was going to be able to get out of this Blood Moon. And it looks like he's going to be able to survive without access to the white mana, even though he's got a million white spells. Cavern of
Cavern
Souls is the
Souls.
draw. Does not name anything. We got 5 mana to tap here?
Endbringer maybe?
6.
5 lands.
3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
6 mana total.
He does have all his dust in hand,
Mm-hmm.
but
So close to casting it.
yeah.
Oh, brutal.
What is
For 2
this?
minutes, it's
Chalice on 1.
It's a little slow.
Protection from swords, so he can block this turn and hopefully chop deck another land and cast all his dust.
Yeah, this does mean that Jordan does not have swords for lethal anymore. And Jordan's life total is very large due to this Batterskull. Jordan gets to pass playing nothing, Drago style. We got a draw step
click.
Vendilion click.
Brutal.
This is gigantic.
That's gonna take.
It's gonna reveal the all his dust.
Yeah, absolutely. He throws his hand on the table. All his dust and an obelisk. It's another obelisk. He cast a Reality Smasher by tapping the Unstable Obelisk that Michael has in play. He's got
Sweet.
another one in hand too.
What is Okay, so they're moving to the next game because he can't all his dust.
Unstable Obelisk taps
Could
for
he have
Devoid
cast
mana.
the other obelisk earlier?
I don't know if he had it in hand. I think he drew it that turn. He only had 2 cards in hand, and we knew he had the Alice Dust before.
All right, we're going to game 3, which can make it or break it for Jordan here.
This is game 3. Jordan needs to win this game, and then there will be another match after this if Jordan
With
wins.
Grixis Delver.
Yeah, Grixis Delver versus Eldrazi.
And if he loses, the door is shut.
Yeah, if Tessier wins this game, the match is over 2-1 in Tessier's favor.
So if Tessier wins, do we tell him what the third deck was, or is it just
I
a
mean, I
secret
don't
for all
think it matters.
eternity?
I'm sure he'll watch the VOD.
Yeah, we already revealed it on the VOD.
Do one of you guys want to hop into the primary booth? I might go down and spot.
If you're interested,
Yeah, I think
I'm liking getting the cycle in a little bit.
primary. Give it a shot.
Oh, what are they doing? They're messing up my iPad. Oh, that's Tessier coming upstairs.
I think he's gonna get a drink.
Yeah. All right. So they're currently getting some snacks and taking a break. But we're here.
30. Today's punt. No, that punt count should be at 5.
Oh.
Take the mic.
What's up, guys?
Are you okay? Do you want to come in and
What?
do you want to come in and vent to chat and let them know what's going on?
You gotta get down there, buddy.
What's that?
You gotta get down there. Close this door.
So
I know. Jordan wanted to want to rest.
One more
currently,
game. One more game.
all right, we can't change screens because Mr. Tessier is in the room.
Hello.
Currently, Mike Tessier is leading. We probably shouldn't say it too much because it sounds like chat is sending their spirit energy to Jordan. So
I'm the underdog. I'm like a 2-to-1 underdog here. I know Jordan's got a lot of fans out there. I just want everyone to recognize I'm a vastly less skilled Magic player than Jordan Aisaka.
you're like making the mics go red.
I'm okay with accepting that. It's unfortunate but true.
Jordan
like a-
is upstairs as well.
I'm like a 2-to-1 underdog. Look, and that's the thing is that I chose a bunch of decks that could beat Blue Eye Red. Like that was exclusively the decks that I chose because I knew Jordan was 100% to be on Blue Eye Red. So if I could lock him out of winning with that deck, then I could win. That was my strategy. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens. We got one more game.
We got one more game and hopefully another match after that. All I gotta say is, held the force. Dude, I was like this when I was holding the force.
We
players
thought
are
that was-
taking a break.
Dude, I was like this. I was like,
That's
oh my
what's
god,
happening.
dude, I don't want to force that. I don't want to force that.
We thought that was such a punch.
He can
We were
blow.
like-
He can kill you at any second. He can top deck Endbringer and you're dead. And guess what? It doesn't affect the board that much. It's not that big of a deal. You don't lose Batter Skull. It's not like he's taking Batter Skull away. You gotta hold on, baby. You gotta hold on and then play Force the Will. Yo, let's go.
So Jordan is ready for the
Got
next
it.
match.
Just getting some energy
What do you
out.
guys think of my mulligans?
I think that
reasonable.
I thought
That
it
was
was
hard.
reasonable.
Those were hard.
Really helps Jordan.
Yeah, those were both hard, man.
What's that land you have? That was so
Tower of the Magistrate.
bang on punt.
so
This is
good.
not a command. Oh, this is a mod only command. You can unpunt.
I think you're both right.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Noise complaints incoming.
It's hard. Yeah.
I got there.
You can tell that I really wish we mic'd the downstairs. You can. The energy is so great down there.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You can almost hear it upstairs.
Yeah, Adam's up here. There's a large number of people making this happen tonight. Brian Bennett, Jeremy Edwards, Adam
I'm just here.
Bruce.
I'm not doing anything.
Spotting.
You saw Josh Monks earlier. My brother Michael really likes watching Magic, so he's really enjoying being our spotter. When we had 2 other spotters, we actually have the stream going on in the living room. So, so he was watching in the living room. Yeah,
So a lot of fun. You can still hear it going on.
yeah. They're not downstairs yet. They left this room to go play, and now they're...
Go prod them.
Maybe getting drinks or some more
Oh, okay.
pizza.
Yeah,
We're just waiting for Mike to.
But Jordan's trying to calm down. Got extra excited after that win.
that was if I were in Jordan's shoes, I would have snap forced the Reality Smasher right there. And
As would I.
seeing what happened, he made the right choice because he was gaining life. He could I hit the mic. He could race the Reality Smasher, and it's like it's true. Force the will you save for what's going to kill you. They're so loud, the mics are picking them up.
Again, this is not a child-friendly stream.
If you are under the age of 14 and still up, go to bed.
Okay, guys. I'm refreshed. We're ready. Jordan wanted a little break before we head into the last game of this match. It's time to go. This is it.
Well,
Is there gonna be another? Is there gonna be
is
another?
there gonna
round
be
after
another
this?
I'm
round?
forcing the grand final, dude. I'm forcing.
Is this
I'm trying
gonna
to
close
force
it
the
out?
grand final. I'm trying to force the grand final, baby.
It's going.
I'm trying
It's
to force the
going
grand
down.
final.
Thank you so much for watching, folks. So glad you're tuning in. This is Legacy Magic at its finest.
Dude,
Mike Tessier versus Jordan Aisaka.
The grudge
We have
matches,
it
baby.
here in our house.
Yo,
More like the love matches.
The Wallio House.
dude, the Wallio compound.
Mariano.
Wallio Stadium.
All right.
Wallio Stadium.
All right.
Wallio
We are
Stadium.
live.
Wallio Stadium. Wallio Stadium, guys. We're about to get back into
Thank you
it.
again. Thank you for watching. Whether you're a fan of Jordan's or a fan of mine, really glad you're watching. Thank you so much,
be a fan
everyone.
of both.
You can be a fan of both. You can just be a fan of Legacy Magic and seeing sweet decks. This is awesome. Thank you guys again for watching. See ya.
I like how we talk and we barely like hit the thing, and then they talk and it's like,
We have inside voices.
yes.
Just put them in the other room and have them do the interview from
All
the
right,
other room.
they're heading downstairs, so you can see Josh Monk's there. It's like this is the match that people want to be there for. So like, Michael's downstairs, Josh is downstairs, the other Michael's downstairs. People are stretching, getting in the zone. They are ready.
I've been
Power stance.
Everyone,
getting
send
the
your
bodies
energy,
loose.
send your spirit power.
Just getting the bodies loose. Jordan's trying to work out all that energy.
We're live in Bellevue.
I don't know what happened to Tessier now.
The Wally
He's
hideout.
gone invisible.
Is he just doing like push-ups, getting in the zone, getting psyched?
I believe so. Having a little Rocky moment.
Rocky.
I think that's what's happening.
They all went downstairs and now we're waiting.
Yeah. Just chatting.
This is all for pride. All for pride and bragging rights for the rest of the year. We've been
Forever, dude.
forever. This is gonna go down in memory. Oh, it's not in the chat. Next time we all just bring our own little iPads or tablets for the
That's a good spot.
pride and glory.
Glasses.
What are we doing?
All right. This could be it. So, like for Mike Tessier, this is a potentially a game deciding match. And for Jordan Aisaka, this is where he turns the tide. Jordan won the match, so they're going into game 3 of round.
Jordan won the game. He didn't win the match.
Huh?
Yeah,
Won the
Jordan.
game.
Oh, sorry, the match.
Yeah, they're
the
going into
match.
game 3.
The terminology is so hard.
He won game 2 of match 4.
Right.
Yeah, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Jordan has to win this or the door closes. on him.
Yeah, no, we're just done. If
Jordan's
loses.
back's against the
Northwest
wall
Dork.
and he has to
The next
This
Conquest
force
match has
game
not been
5.
decided yet.
Yeah. We gotta figure
I'm
out.
gonna guess it's gonna happen at the Wallio Stadium again. But
If they're
all
willing to host.
Yeah, we'd be willing to host. We're trying to figure out either who. So this is what happened was Mike Tessier challenged Jordan Aisaka. Mike Tessier is trying to become one of the like staple legacy players in Seattle. I'm not sure if that's like a right word for it. There's players who are like super popular in Seattle and show up at every event. Like Brian Bennett shows up to every 1K and he's gonna top 8 every 1K. Tom Lynch, Jordan Aisaka, Jeremy Edwards, Adam Prusa, Sam Hurljak, Sean Yu, who previously used to be with us but has gone to a better place.
medical school.
He's not dead. He's just like.
He's becoming
he's
a
doing
doctor.
it. Yeah,
doctor.
he's like, he might as well be dead.
He's trying
Just
to get as
kidding.
many
Just
Ds
kidding.
after his last name.
We love you, Sean Yu. Please play Magic again. But Mike Tessier he's known for casting 60 cards. All right.
Yeah, no, I just didn't see what he. But okay, so he cut the last couple small Eldrazi.
But Mike Tessier used to love casting Legacy, had Death and Taxes, then switched to Moonstompy, fell in love with the format, and like
We hooked him.
We did.
it's cardboard crack for a reason, man.
Legacy's just a great format right now, honestly.
It is.
people complain about Modern being diverse, but like Legacy right now, you're seeing so many random things
I
spike up.
think Modern's probably more diverse than Legacy.
Yeah, but someone just 5-0'd with that Zudak, and then
Oh god, and the mill,
1K was insane.
the mill,
The
and
mill-
the Death
Mill
Shadow.
versus Death Shadow, and
That-
Tyler-
Steel Stompy won the first
Tyler
previous
doesn't
day.
count.
Yeah.
So to be fair, Mike is like actually one of the best shops players, probably.
I mean,
Well,
that's you
he
gotta
top-
be. You're
he
playing
didn't
against
he
really
top
good
8 the-
players.
He's
Yeah.
not made Eternal Weekend.
yeah, he top 8 at Eternal Weekend. He said,
on shops.
"I love shops and I want to play this in Legacy," and then he like.
Made it
Well,
happen.
he saw the one that did well at
It's legit.
MKM, and then
Yeah.
like tweaked it for his preference. But yeah, he's quite good. So I think that might be a him deck, and Tyler's just a weird dude.
There needs to be more on the line, like drinking hot
when it comes
sauce.
to playing decks.
We were actually, my brother and I were talking about this and doing like stipulation conquest or whatever. Like every time you win a round, you have to take a shot or like drink something.
Yeah,
I think
you
like
can have 3 different brews beat like combined 160 players.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
you could conceivably just spike a Grand Prix with that.
Yeah.
Jordan
need a little
with
bit
a
of
couple
luck.
lands,
No,
snap,
he's-
Stoneforge,
yeah, Tyler's very
force.
good at
He
deck
could have
building.
played against Mangucci or something.
I feel like-
Yeah.
Can't
Like,
quite
had
see
no idea what
Mike.
he was doing and
No, that's absolutely.
play all these gotcha cards like Archive Traps.
Tessier is singing Uptown Funk.
Okay. No, we got hands.
All right. Tessier also brought back in Matter Reshaper, taking out mimics.
Jordan's still got his glasses off.
All right. Jordan, disenchant, Stoneforge Mystic, snap, snap.
Tank about this.
So, that's actually an interesting hand.
Oh, and Mike Tessier mold Ballista, Caracas, Ancient Tomb,
2/2.
two Ancient Tombs of Asuva.
You mold
and-
5 land Smasher Ballista.
What is
functionally.
Jadicus?
That's supposed
Oh,
to be
Caracas.
Oh,
Autocorrect.
I'm not a big fan of ballistics.
Is Jordan crying? Jordan
It's just rubbing his eyes.
Jordan is rubbing in his eyes.
Dude,
It
they've
is,
been playing for a long time.
it's
we started
excitement tears.
we started roughly around 7 p.m. It's 11 p.m. This is the
the game started at 8.
Yeah,
okay. The game
it's-
started at 8, but
a real
We
soft
were supposed to
7.
be here at 7.
yeah.
People, yeah.
Little Caesars took forever.
Pizza needed to be got.
So sorry about not starting at 7 like we said.
They didn't have it. They were
We
closed.
set like 2 countdown
They actually
timers.
directed
Yeah, we set
me to
multiple
closed
countdowns.
Closed building.
Oh my god.
This looks closed.
The plan was to have pizza. Well, we do have pizza, so the plan was successful in getting pizza for everyone
Not
casting.
successful, just
but-
belated.
Yeah.
Now we know.
So Jordan kept. I think that's a good keep.
Yeah.
He's got access to all his colors. He's got a disenchant.
Jordan's face really different from when he started the second game. He's like, I feel like he feels he can win this now. Like he knows what he's doing and how he's going to attack this deck to get to the last round.
I mean, I don't think his
Or
other deck
match,
is a great
I don't know.
matchup against Eldrazi either.
I don't think it is either, but I feel like it definitely. What's chaotic?
Was that
Keep.
chaotic? Keep.
Cavern of Souls, Matter Reshaper.
Oh, Chalice, not chaotic.
Oh, Chalice. Okay.
What is Craig's?
I have no clue.
Are those smashers?
Craig could be an interesting name for a
No.
nickname for a card.
That's good.
Oh, Back to the Basics is also in Jordan's hand? Does he
Oh,
have that?
He does not have back to
Ooh.
basics.
That would be
No.
brutal.
He plays
No.
Bloodmoon as his hate. You're thinking. What card do you think is back to basics?
Oh no, someone posted that. Is it Brainstorm, Force of the Will, Verdilion Click?
It's either a force or a snap. Like those are
Okay.
the blue cards in his hand.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
hands.
Craig's is Vasua.
Okay. I feel like you need to be able to download a dictionary to your phone. That way it knows what magic cards you're talking
Shots
about.
on one.
Toss on one or two.
Die.
Jordan allows it. No,
Nice.
nothing one in his hand.
Kraken
I mean,
effect.
he's just gonna disenchant it, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, he does have Disenchant
He
already.
just plays a Stoneforge and then.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of shocked
He
he's.
didn't get his planes.
Yeah, he's not fetching around Blood Moon here. Although your opponent already has a waste.
Well,
Yeah.
he it was
Stoneforge
Tarn, so
Mystic.
he couldn't have gotten planes.
Yeah. He
Oh,
has
okay.
To get,
Oh, there you
he
go.
has to get Tundra.
Okay.
Like he has. That's probably part of why he tanked so long on the mulligan. Just because he knew he couldn't get a basic.
Yeah.
Too much glare to even see it.
I think he's just gonna keep the pressure
Yeah.
and
We'll try figuring out for the next
hope the
one.
mold
I
to
think if you
6
just
is
get
weak.
rid of the light right above the table, it would help a ton.
Yeah, I need to figure out either a safe way to put it in a diffuser or
Yeah, it's probably just diffuser.
Yeah.
what is
I'm
it?
telling you,
stuff
just
you can
mood
do.
lighting. Some nice like red shading.
But
Interesting.
this is.
Tessier thinking.
I feel like
So he's got a spyglass.
Oh,
It's probably
Oh,
he's
he
trying
can-
to decide if he wants to cast.
he can put Spyglass on Stoneforge Mystic right
Yeah.
here.
And he needs to
Just-
just get disenchanted.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, if he disenchants the spyglass, your chalice lives, right?
Yeah.
Until he snaps it back, but
But Jordan's not concerned about Chalice right
Oh,
now.
there you go. There's a
Yeah.
spyglass.
plus it just gives you so
Oh, what
much
land is
info.
that?
Yeah, I do like that part.
I think I just
Temple,
forced
I
it to
believe?
deny him the info, honestly.
Is that an Eldrazi temple?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
still Eldrazi Temple.
Oh, force pitching snap.
is
He agrees.
forcing.
Yeah,
Intriguing.
there's
So this allows him to save his disenchant and also
yeah, it lets
protect
him
his hand.
disenchant, It lets him put in his Matter Skull, which is probably his main game plan for to win these games.
And the island off the top.
Gotta get that Tower of the Magistrate. Trump card.
Kurt is very good in this
that
matchup.
that tower
Really
did
matters.
so much work game one. Mike Tessier like meta games this so well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he did.
But yeah.
What's
So
Jordan
he's
thinking about?
thinking.
Oh, it's Mike's turn.
Drew the cloud post.
Oh, the Glimmer
Appreciate it.
Post,
Oh, I thought
Matter
he took those
Reshaper.
out.
So he brought 4 out originally and cut 2 mimics, and then for game 3 he swapped 2 of the mimics, his 2 remaining mimics for Matter Reshapers.
Okay.
Mimics are pretty bad.
And being able to block here with the Matter Reshaper
the
can give him card
Yeah,
advantage.
getting
so.
to block with the Reshaper is nice against Skull, if that's going to be Jordan's plan.
Mimics are mainly just in there for combo decks, probably. Just
Yeah, you just
speed
want
you up,
fast draws.
and they can't kill the mimics. So any deck that can't kill the mimics, they're good.
Makes sense.
Volcanic.
Mike Tessier is searching his sideboard,
I think he just had some stuff out still.
trying to figure out what's going on in his deck and if he can race this.
I mean, you think he's still
What
fine.
is Jordan's?
Like,
The
Death
insta block?
Trigger, I think you got Death Trigger. More land. That's,
yep.
that's pretty reasonable. Gets him to closer to all his dust.
Jordan just passed back.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a sick drop.
Excellent top deck.
He's just like, yeah, I would thought not that you're gonna take
It's not bad. He can Vesuva and then play Eye and then have
high mana.
Eye mana up, and he's not gonna get killed before he does that. So
So it
It's gonna be
can,
low.
he will be low.
Just leaves it.
yeah, he
doesn't
just
have Ancient Tomb to have to worry about.
so he didn't take it because I guess it is like the
I
if
mean,
he
it's just a
chooses
4/4, right?
if he chooses to play it, then he can't activate the Eye of Ugin type thing, right?
You
Jordan
can't
have
activate the
land
eye
5.
anyways.
Oh yeah, he can't.
Does Jordan have land 5 to suit up, click, and fly over?
I don't think
He does not.
Because the click would have been his draw this turn.
Yeah, this is correct. Play, copy, cloud post.
Mm-hmm.
Thought not you.
Jordan just doesn't care.
Do you take the disenchant here or?
It's either disenchant or Stoneforge.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, you definitely aren't taking this now.
Yeah.
You just have to,
I think
Try
if
to
you,
figure
you
out
just
where the
take the
game is going.
disenchant.
because like GTA is a problem because it speeds up the clock. Sword's a problem. Speeds up
Yeah.
the clock.
All right, taking out the Stoneforge Mystic there.
So he's just trying to stem the bleeding.
All
He
right,
has
fifth
a
land.
late
Land.
game because next turn he can just tutor for anything. He can
Right.
actually get Ulamog.
So if you equip here though,
You know, hit him
I
for
guess it's
7.
fine. Well, I was just concerned, like, you know your opponent has Caracas, so will he find it?
But then he doesn't play I next turn, which you're pretty fine with.
Are you drunk, Miles? No, it is way past my bedtime.
So he can play I and then tutor for Ulamog and then play Ulamog the next turn and
So he
exile
takes
click
7.
and so he goes to 14.
I actually feel like Jeremy should be in this chair because I cannot commentate for either of these decks.
You guys could just swap.
Yeah, I'm gonna swap with Jeremy. Drunk Miles is gonna go back and take a nap.
So what did Tessier? Tessier did not draw anything, it looks like.
Try to not knock this
he's,
mic.
He's in draw step, presumably deciding if he wants to tutor with I.
I think
guess,
you-
or if he's gonna do it anyways.
I think you should do it end of turn.
Yeah, you see what
Yeah.
you draw, and then
Oh, I have.
tutor at the end of Jordan's turn. So you do something. I don't know what yet.
He definitely wants to just tutor up Ulamog and then cast Ulamog, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter with the Force of Will.
What
The
did Jordan just
mana
top there?
for it,
Jordan
right?
drew just
Oh,
drew a
planes. Alright.
And what he'll have to do is he'll have to hit click Stoneforge,
Just-
and then Jordan will rebuy Batterskull, and then next turn he can tutor up.
Jordan has a snap that Mike knows about.
Right.
So did Jordan swing? Or yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're probably moving on to round 5.
No, he
No.
still has a
He's
Thought
got
Knot
time.
Seer,
Yeah,
so
gets
he
to
can
block
he
with
can
the
block
Thought Knot,
and then
and then
rebuy.
he-
well, actually he can just block with Ulamog unless
unless-
Jordan has a way to
yeah,
deal with
that's
it,
true.
because Ulamog will still just be on the battlefield as a
Mm.
10/10.
Right. This is all assuming.
He just
that
has to get rid of the
Ulamog
flyer.
resolves. Yeah.
So if he can get rid of the
If
flyer and
he's-
Jordan doesn't have like a spell stutter,
Yeah, if the Ulamog resolves, it's probably done.
Is this the Ulamog that exiles two?
Yeah.
when it
yeah,
casts
and I'm sure that
And
Cavern
Will
of Souls
too.
was on Eldrazi too, so it'll just be
Oh, yeah,
uncounterable.
that's true.
Jordan not looking happy anymore.
So he just has to make sure that click is one of them. And he has to use Cavern.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, what?
So his
6.
post tap for 3 each, so he has 6, 2 off of that, so he has 10
Ulamog
there.
Mana and other mana right now.
So what does he?
He could
target?
actually cast
Click
a
and
Smasher
Stoneforge?
too if he had that, because he could get 2 off of his temple.
So click and Stoneforge.
Yeah, because he just bounces the skull if you
Right.
wounded skull, and then he puts it back in off the Stoneforge.
All right.
Jordan's like, what does this card do?
So in response to the trigger, activate Stoneforge, put in Batterskull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike has to do this the right way. Oof,
Ooh,
that was wrong.
that's unfortunate.
But he does get the flyer out, so that was the most important part. Ooh, I don't like this attack at all either. You
Yeah,
do
he
not
just gets to eat your.
do not want to do this.
I guess he's saying I'm okay with trading for the germ.
Yeah, but you give Jordan a free card,
Yeah.
and that's dangerous. Because he could just have something like Council's Judgment, your guy, and
Or I guess he
then
can't cast Bolt. There's a chalice. on
you're
him.
just facing down lethal the
Well,
next
he has
turn.
the disenchant if he wants to.
Oh, that's true.
It's just not the right play. Well, Spell
Spell
Snare, that's a
Snare.
pretty bad draw.
What did he draw off of? Was that Brainstorm? Off of the.
Does he have a spell stutter? No, spell
Well,
stutter's right
Meddling
sideboard out.
Mage.
He's a Spell Snare that he drew. Snare is terrible right
off of
here.
the Thought Knot. I think he drew Meddling Mage.
Meddling Mage would have been great 2 turns ago to keep Ulamog from coming down. Yeah, he has 9 mana there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Jordan's trying to
Effectively.
figure out how much he can get.
He can tutor for Smasher and play Smasher. He can tutor for Endbringer and play Endbringer.
I mean, this is the late game the Eldrazi deck wants, right?
Yeah, this is
So-
the whole reason to play the posts if you're playing posts, because you want to get to turn 6 or 7 and be able to take over. So he's probably gonna name Smasher here,
Makes sense.
or Endbringer, or he could name all his dusts.
Something giant.
That's yeah, any big spell.
Abandoned
I mean, he
Hope.
just gets milled, right?
He has to hold this back
Names Endbringer.
because he's at 6. If Mike can draw another Eldrazi, then he could tutor and play 2 Eldrazi and then attack and mill for 20. But I don't like just attacking
You think you just
and leaving yourself
you just
open.
hang out and wait until you've got more?
Well, just 39 life to 6. Like, you're not gonna do much with this attack besides the mill. If you're,
mean,
you have to
you
have
mill
to
him in 2
have,
attacks, right?
you have to just not lose.
Or does Jordan have more than 40 in his library?
This is really tense.
The issue is if he attacks, he doesn't have a blocker. He has to have blockers.
13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think he still has like 44 cards in his library.
And if he attacks and doesn't have a
I think
creature,
if it's more than
then
40, you definitely don't attack. It's way safer to sit back either way, but
But he can
it's-
tutor out a creature and play it here,
how
right?
aggressive do you want to be? Yeah. No, totally. It's just what do you tutor for? I don't know the exact set he has in his list, so. You play any other Titans or just the Ulamog's?
I think
Oh, you
he
can
probably
pull up
just
the
has
list.
he probably just has the one.
There's the.
Yeah.
He can get an Oblivion Sower. Mill him
That's not
faster.
very good.
Just a 5/6.
The best thing about the sower would be he's getting a ballista
you
right
get a
here.
colorless creature.
The best thing about the sower would be he attacks and mills 20, then plays the sower and gets back like
All the
gobs of
lands.
cards.
Well, Ballista here is just devastating, isn't it?
And you just
He
gotta
can't
sit
actually
for-
make that much because he has to spend
Oh, 7.
7 to even access it. So it's like a 3/3.
Yeah, but he gets to kill things. Yeah. I like this, because he can pump it a bunch next turn.
And then he's gonna exile
Ooh,
20.
He's risking the attack.
He can kill anything that gets suited up with the Matter Skull
Does he get
with the Ballista.
what? Does he get disenchanted here and lose though? Because he can't kill both these creatures.
Oh, that's true. Jordan still has disenchants in him.
He can't... Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oh,
If
yeah.
That happens.
That's
That's
the
why I
game.
want to have 2 guys back.
Yeah.
As long as Jordan
I
sees the
didn't-
line.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, what did he
Wait,
disenchant?
I think Mike's about to... What?
Oh, disenchant targeting Ballista. Ballista will kill.
You only have 3 counters on Ballista.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike's realizing you missed the math.
Jordan looking very smug now.
Oh, that sucks.
What is going? Okay, he's
Yeah,
skipping.
so
Yeah.
they're,
Oh,
they're going
man.
to the last round.
All right.
That's rough.
Oof.
That's really rough.
Just don't attack.
Oh my goodness.
No, I can see why you wanted the attack, but yeah, I think you just got like
I want to see
Sower,
someone challenge
sower.
Jeremy Edwards.
He just has to wait.
you literally just get sour because it has the biggest butt.
He just has to
And then you
wait,
sit there.
and then he can activate every single turn of the
Yeah.
game.
So
Yeah,
Jordan
that's
disenchanted the
everything
walking
I
ballista,
mean,
and he
literally
could only
just get the
kill
biggest
one of
creature
his
that-
2 creatures. So Jordan could have equipped up.
like you don't get thought
And
not
swung in
Seer
for
because
lethal.
He gets cards when you block with it. And you don't really need to get Smasher. The Smasher might be the
They're
best
now
thing
2
you
and
get.
2. This is gonna be.
So
Right,
Mike
but
still
Jordan
doesn't
had
know
more
what
than
their
20
last
cards in
card is,
library,
or
so
their last deck is.
Yeah.
maybe he could have.
Tessier forgot.
tried for a
Ballista is
turn.
An artifact. Oh, the same thing happened game 1 when he.
He
gave
just forgot about the
protection.
disenchant. Like he didn't think of disenchant as a removal spell
Yeah.
for his colorless.
That's another
creature.
reason I don't like Ballista in this deck. If you play it as a 1 of, and you just play it to like